Now I see. No wonder I have so much problems with my light, because when there's no light coming through the window in the evening, and it's a lot easier to, it looks a lot better. Hey guys, sorry, I kind of rushed in. I have enough time to stream until I get a call from one of the kids, and then I got to go pick them up, and we got to do some things. But here's the deal. They may tell me that it's going to be an hour or more, and then they may call me in 4.6 minutes. It's just what they do. So I'm basically at their beck and call, but I've got a few things to look at. And of course, I've been hearing about all this drama. I just find it so boring and inconsequential that, you know, it seems like there's some channels out there doing a good job of talking about it. So y'all are more than welcome to pursue them for the details. Though I would not mind, I didn't say that I'm going to encourage you to do it. So no encouragement. I said I won't mind if one of you gives me an update. Because I'm going to tell you now, if you don't give me an update, I ain't going to see it. Because I ain't watching that shit. So if you got an update for me on all this garbage that's gone on. Oh no, I don't believe the creators that came out, you know, in the last day or two that had been kind of like, how do I say it? If a creator comes out and talks about it, my opinion, from what I saw, the tiny bit that I did see, seemed fake, completely contrived and fake. Yeah. It's what you get, I guess, when you roll in the pig mud. And of course, the pig mud being debunking tragedy pimps. You end up being surrounded by individuals that, whether or not they're the key to pimping, they might not be. But I think that I've been coming to a conclusion that a lot more, and yes, I am mostly speaking about viewers, which is crazy. A lot more viewers than I would have ever thought live vicariously. Is it vicariously or vicariously? Vicariously. Yeah, it's vi. They live vicariously through the pimping, which is most likely why there is an audience, a base for pimping. But I just got clickbaited. I want to look at this story that Dead GPK's been sharing to me with you. But before I do that, I opened up YouTube and I got clickbaited by OK Rick. And I guess this new song came out from a country artist, Jason Aldean. If any of you know who Jason Aldean is, like, you know, if you could give me a sentence, is he like a really popular country singer or just a kind of popular country singer? Does he have one of those really big songs or something? Like, whatever Jason Aldean, whatever you can tell me so that I get it. Yeah, I'd like to know. Because he's got this new song out, and the name of the song... hold on, let me switch my... Let me do this thing I do. Let me do... The name of the song is Try That in a Small Town. So I kind of like, at first this did not clickbait me at all, but of course after I started to think about the title of the video, Try That in a Small Town, I think the song is going to criticize things that are going on in some metropolitan areas, some cities, and it's going to say if you bring that kind of thing to a small town, you're going to get your ass whooped. So I'm interested because people are calling that song Ray Ray. So the question will be, is that song Ray Ray? And I love that. I love that kind of stuff. I like weighing in on that kind of stuff is what I should have said. I like the concept of, is this song Ray Ray or not? Either way, I'm going to click this, but I'm going to hold my breath because if there's too much, here's the deal with YouTube. So when it comes to copyrighted music, you can get away with very little when you upload, and you can get away with almost nothing when you're live streaming. So there is a difference between live streaming and uploading when it comes to copywritten music. And so, like, you know, if it's the kind of song that would copy flame me, I don't care. But if it's the kind of song that would copy strike me, what'll happen is it'll just like while the music's playing, you won't be able to see me is what it's done in the past. So let's just see if we can play this video. And the fact that it's a YouTube video means that I should technically be able to play this. I just kind of want to experience the clickbait of the video. I'm not saying it's a clickbait video, of course. I'm just saying I am getting baited into clicking due to the title and concept. So here we go.
We need you to listen to the song. We need you to go listen to. All right, now I'm here for the people now. I'm here for the people.
I love this guy.
Okay, and I want to send love to some family members on the channel that say, Rick, I mean, y'all spam me with this, man. People from all over, my family members on this channel say, Rick, we need you to listen to the song. We need you to go check it out, because this is my first time hearing the song. This is gonna be my first time checking it out. But
you know, I don't think I've heard this song either. I don't listen to a lot of country music. I listen to a lot of what's the name of that? You know, the talk radio when I'm in the car. Because okay, you're gonna say, well, Uni, why do you listen to the radio at all? Well, good point. But the thing is, it's because when I get into the car, before my cell phone gets connected through Bluetooth, it plays the radio. So there is sometimes when I'm not thinking and I will be like listening to the radio. In fact, me and Bowser listened to classical music last night. Well, oh, no, actually it was jazz. It was classical jazz. And it was thunderstorming and lightning storming. I think Wicked or somebody told me the storms were coming. You were right. And Bowser and I were driving, and I mean the lightning was in, you know that lightning, you get this really crazy lightning, but there's no thunder, or there's very little thunder. I think Bowser could hear the thunder. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got those sensitive ear holes of his, those floppy ear holes of his. Hey, you better not misbehave while I'm streaming, boy. You know what? You know what's crazy? If in a 48-hour period, I don't know how this is possible. Is it possible for a dog's tail to grow 3 inches in 48 hours? Because that happened. Bowser's tail grew 3 inches literally in just a couple days. It went from like this little tiny thing up to like this. I mean, it's just flying around now. All right, I'm rambling. It says he had 5 Grammy nominations. Oh, Aldean has a platinum album, so he has. Okay, thank you, Dead. Thank you. Appreciate that. I was just laughing at the tears, lol. Hey, where I'm right with you. Ada says, Ray! Right back at you. Hey, ramen nudes. It's boring. I don't trust their outrage streams after all the lies and acting for months now. I don't trust a word that comes out of any of their mouths at all. And that's sad because, you know, for a good while there, it really did seem like they, you know, you'll come into communities on the platform and those communities will be straight with you. They'll show you, you know, they'll back up what they say. They won't just expect you to trust them. They'll back up what they say. And they don't take things too seriously, so you never have to worry about them becoming this kind of like stocky lolcow garbage. It's really bad. It's really sad that that happened with the community as it was going, and only for one reason, because the people were proactive. I know I'm just beating a dead horse responding to your comment, but that's the main reason I'm doing any of these, you know, introductory streams, you know, these streams of mine in the evening right now, is just to kind of get all of us straightened up before we start, you know, doing some real hardcore content like I used to. Though, back to what I was saying, the people in the community were proactive and we could actually get things done. We could get the attention of Team YouTube. And typically that's a process that takes me months. If you look at the older stories where we've had really extreme things happen and we've had to get a hold of Team YouTube, it does take time. And for us to be able to get a hold of them in a day, only because there was so many proactive people that would tag and that would go out and try to get a hold of Team YouTube, that's the loss. That's the real loss. And a lot of people, I think, just don't understand how YouTube communities work. They think that the live chat or the comment section is how people feel. And in some scenarios, I will not take that away. In some scenarios, that is how the majority of people feel. But in situations that deal with scammers or doxers or threateners or anything that goes around tragedy pimping and scamming and fraud raising. Those kind of scenarios, you can't really trust what you think you see in that that most vocal amount of people, because the majority of people have jobs. And I'm not saying people that comment don't, but the majority of the people have jobs. They have a career. They have a family. They, even if they have no thing that they have to worry about somebody like going obsessive on them online, if they have nothing they have to worry about under that realm, they just, a lot of people just don't want to deal with it, because nobody should have to deal with it, right? It's like saying, yeah, you know, I guess I don't care if somebody steals $5 from me. It's like, yeah, you do. Everybody does. And none of us want it to happen. It's why we lock our cars. It's why we lock our doors. It's why we don't leave our wallets sitting in our cars with the windows down, right? Or we don't leave our money in the center console with our windows down. And that's how I think the majority of the platform feels. And only after long-term experience on YouTube would you ever even pick that up, I think. And I do think there are a lot of viewers that have long-term experience on YouTube like I do and other people. I think there's a lot of viewers that do. It's just weird to me. You know, I think it's the connection of Facebook and social media, the explosion of social media, like as in Twitter and Facebook and those platforms, that have brought in a lot of people from the external. And those people that come in, they immediately see YouTube and they treat it like a TikTok, or they treat it like a Facebook or something. And it's not that at all. You know, it's that big algorithm of people that are out there, and you get this really big cloud of people at the top. And those are a lot of the people that are the real backbone of the community. And they're going to, I said this the whole time we were talking about it. You're going to scare those people away the minute you start to play those kind of trivial games with them. You're just going to scare those people right out the door. And unfortunately, that happened in the very beginning of all the garbage. Even before all the extreme garbage, in the beginning of the garbage, that's exactly what happened. Bowser, I hope you're not doing anything crazy over there, bub, because you're making some noise. What in the son of a Australian Shepherd? I forgot. I've been giving him 2 servings of, I've been feeding him extra because he's getting skinny. He hit a growth spurt. And you know how a growth spurt, they get chunky, they hit the growth spurt, they get skinny. So I'm trying to get him a little bit of fat on his bones so I can get him out there and, you know, exercise him out and stuff. And I forgot to give him his extra food, so he was over there chewing really hard on his bowl. It was going crackly, crackly, crackly. Especially from puppy videos for TikTok. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff I want to do on TikTok and Twitter. I think I'm going to do YouTube Shorts. See, TikTok videos are really cool because the same format. When you do a video in that format, you can put it on YouTube Shorts, you can put it on Twitter, and you can put it on TikTok. Okay, let's hear this really quick because I want to do this before anything else, okay? If I miss any comments or any questions, make sure you retype them. Of course, that's my main intention being here on these kind of surprise streams out of the blue after a long break. I just want to be here to interact with a few of you guys that want to interact with me for a bit before I get real busy. So here we go.
There's a lot of controversy around this song right now, and we here for it, baby. Let's turn up. Let's have fun today. I want to send love to.
I'm here for it too. I'm here for it. I think that I'm being driven in my interest in to kind of look at this. There's a new kind of thing happening in our society where people have redefined racism and they've redefined prejudice and hate. And I've been thinking about the shortest way to be able to convey this to anyone watching me. So here it is. In the way that society treats people now, they are very prejudiced, racist, and hateful. Okay? And I mean, like, at the bigger level. I don't think that the people are, but I do think that this big, like, narrative that's out there floating around, it is. I just think we have to start reminding people that we need to treat each other equally, and we need to be nice to each other. Going past that, going beyond that, is wrong. And it's so basic and easy. It's just hard. When you get super basic things like that, it's hard to put them into words because people can like take what you're saying and misunderstand it, or they can like think you're conveying something different than what you're conveying, right?
But Kathy,
anyway, I'm working on it, but I'm getting it there.
Kathy, hey, we here, baby. Okay. Shout out to everybody, man. And y'all know I love my country. You know what I'm saying? And I got to check Brother Jason out today, man. I'm gonna check Brother Jason out, and it's called "Try That in a Small Town." But we're gonna check out this little clip from the news real quick.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. They pulled his, I just saw that. They pulled his video? Okay, hold up. Before we get going, I'm going to make sure that I add what we're looking at to the title. So the first topic is Jason Aldean Song Controversy. I spelled controversy wrong.
And then we're going to...
So when you see me streaming, if my title looks incomplete, it's because I've decided to title as I go. Okay?
Go and check out the actual song and the video.
Oh God, Ellen, see, and that's the thing. I hate that happened to your goddaughter. And I think that this way of thinking that's pushed right now by corporations, what we need to do, I've had this idea, we need to remind people. So we need to actually, like, in the same way that we like take a fraud raiser that people think is good, and we go out and like show them the facts and remind them that this is a fraud raiser, you're being ripped off, here's the facts, right? We need to remind people that about corporations. We do. Corporations are not human beings. Corporations are only meant to take money from you at the highest rate they can for the lowest amount of, like, the most profit. So the most money that they can get out of you with the most little given to you. And then they go out and they virtue signal. They try to tell you what's right and wrong. They try to tell you what you should think. And you need to take every single, if you want to be happy, you need to take every corporation that tries to do that to you, and you need to avoid them when you can. Because of course, there's going to be times when you can't. You know, like Rachel and I, and what we've had to do at the house is penny pinch our grocery regiment due to everything going on in the last few months, which we're fine doing, of course, but that's what we've had to do. And because of that, I might have to buy a few things from companies or from places that I don't like buying it from, just so I can get a good price and get more food, right? Completely acceptable. But when I do have the choice, I am making sure that I do not ever contribute to companies that try to do that to me. A corporation, anyone that wants to try to argue that a corporation truly cares and truly wants you to be a good person and truly yada yada, no. Whatever the societal trend is, or whatever they're being told they have to do, or being pushed that they have to do by whatever government or whatever country it is, that's what they're going to do. They are literally just false. Everything about them is false, and it just is so... It's a level of cringe when you see people like shilling corporations, and I don't mean if someone works for one. I completely get that, and I don't mean you know what I'm saying, and you get what I'm saying, but I mean like people that'll try to make an argument to defend a corporation. It's just one of those cringe kind of things. You can milk the cringe, right?
Video, and we'll do a little bit of, I'll give you my reaction, a little bit of judgment, and we'll break it down a little bit. And they say they talking about is racist and violence and all kinds.
Racist and violent? Wow. Are you kidding me? Okay, take every song that I have heard, heavy metal, rock, rap, you know, like punk rock, and take all those songs you've heard about fighting and murder and all this stuff. Ice Cube was just talking about when he made the song F the Popo, you know, F the Police, when he made that song, that the FBI wrote them a letter and made this heartfelt. If you have never heard about this, you should search this out. The FBI wrote Ice Cube a letter and said, hey, Cube, you got to take that song off and you got to stop saying it. We think that it embodies a really bad kind of like thing towards the popo. And this was a dude from the FBI. Could you imagine having a band and you get a letter from the FBI because of your song? Now look, you got a country song, and all I know about this country song right now is that the title is Try That in a Small Town, right? And again, for those of you that might have just come in, or if anyone clicked out and others came in, I'm not paying attention, but if anyone did, that's the concept here is if you were in a small town and tried to do that, you're going to have a problem. And of course, the weaponized media is going to target that as bad because this dude is probably a Christian or something like that. He's not, you know, he's not what the agenda that they want to push. The thing that they want to push is this would be counter to that. This would actually be all that stuff you guys are doing in Hollywood and New York or LA or whatever. You ain't going to get away with that in a small town. Now, that is absolute truth. It's absolute truth. There's nothing more true than that, right? But anyway.
A lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot of controversial stuff going on, so let's get into it. I hope y'all ready to have fun with me today. And I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, and that nothing but the best is happening in all you guys' life, man.
Okay, Rick, you're awesome. Right back at you, buddy. Man, you're so positive, Rick. So positive. You're one of my new favorite creators because you're so positive.
I love all, man. God is love. We don't care what you're.
Oh, I wouldn't even say try that in a small town, buddy. I don't even consider that as controversial at all. You know,
skin color is what you look like, what you smell like, how tall you are, how short you are, big, skinny, how old you are. We don't care.
Same here. I always has been my message too. So yeah, you know what, you guys jump over there and sub to him for me. He's only 2,400 subscribers from 100,000. Seems like a really good person.
We don't care if you did this in the past. We love all, and that's how my channel is ran. If you don't,
same here, buddy.
Don't like that, I'm sorry. Get up out of here. Only positive vibes and love only, baby. We spread.
That's right, Rick. That's right.
The love, baby. So let's get into this. I want y'all to see this clip real quick. Let's check it out.
Country music star Jason Aldean is defending his controversial music video.
Controversial? Controversial.
After it was pulled from rotation on CMT.
Yeah, so.
No way. What?
This, yeah, everybody kept telling me this song was pulled. Like, you know what I'm saying? They yanked that mug. You know what I'm saying? So.
This reminds me of Call of Duty banning the creator because he tweeted, "Leave little kids alone." It's not controversial. It's normal. Oh yeah, it's exactly how I thought. Okay, exactly what I thought when I saw the title of this video. In fact, I haven't heard the song until just now. Try that in a small town, you know. And I'm not much for country music. I mean, I'll listen to it. I'll go to a country music show if a band's playing somewhere that I'm at or whatever, and I'm all fine with country music. I myself am more of a rock kind of guy, as you know. I mean, it's in the name of all my channels, so you probably get that.
Oh, them mugs sound good. So I'm actually finna go check this out for the first time. And
I like the song. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Sure.
Here for the first time. So y'all, hey, stay tuned, man.
Of course they're going to censor him because censorship is normalized now. Do you know how controversial it would have been for this song to have been censored in 2015, 2012, 2010, 2008, 2006, 2000, 1996? You got songs on the radio right now where I literally just heard this girl talking about how pink her thing was and how brown her booty hole is. I swear. That is, I apologize for having to use that kind of language or to talk about that kind of thing here, but it is just true. You can look this up. I think the name of her, I can't remember her rap, the name of her rap group, but it's something red. something red, but she oh, that, you know where I saw it at? Black Conservative Perspective. He did a video where she had visited a high school to like go and do an appearance, and I have no issue with that at all. But when she goes in, she's got her middle finger flying, she's cursing left and right, and of course, it's just, I mean, now you'll say, but you're a boomer, UNIRock. Yeah, I am, because that would have never flew in my school, in my time, and when it happened. I guess I'm old now, right? I don't feel old. I don't think I'm old. I don't think that my age is old. But you know what I'm saying? Wow.
Have blasted. Try that in a small town
is getting censored, pulled out of rotation, and you've got my beep is really pink, my booty hole brown, and that's perfectly fine.
Town saying it has a pro-lynching undertone.
Bro, what? These people inject, and I mean racist people, I mean people that are pushing these kind of agendas of any color and skin tone. They push their ideology, their ideation, and their narrative into what now? Seriously? Try it in a small town. The concept, the wording, what he's saying is not related to it in any way. How do you even go there? I can't wait to see the evidence that they have.
I can't remember a time, at least in the last 30 years, where a video got yanked because suddenly there was an uproar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I've seen some crazy videos. I've seen videos where they're like got a bunch of satanic imagery constantly on there. It's not yanked. I've seen videos with a lot of murder, a lot of killing, a lot of gunshots, a lot of drug use, a lot of glorifying all these things. It's not yanked. What in the world is happening?
In the video, images are projected on a building, some showing clips of protests.
Well, I think that actually, yeah, that's great. Because he's saying in the song, which is art, which is expression, whether you like it or not, this is why we're okay with all the things I just said. All of those things I just said, I would never want them pulled. I would never want them pulled. I would have never advocated to have all the satanic imagery out there, all the different drug use and stuff in there, all the sex stuff, all that stuff that's expressed through music. I would not, and no, I'm not just talking about rap. I'm talking about metal. If you haven't heard metal before, right? If you haven't heard some metal before, it gets real gory. It gets real crazy. Okay, and I mean from a somewhat kind of like religious or pseudo or anti-religious undertone, right? So I would never advocate for art, a painting, for music, for any of that to get pulled, right? It's just, now, wait, I'm wrong. I would advocate if it exploited kids in a certain way, I would advocate. But other than that, I'm not going to advocate for anything to get pulled. And I think that someone wanting to write a song about how if you're going to come and try to burn down our town while you're protesting, or if you're going to try to, you know, come and like clog up our streets with protests, or if you're going to try to destroy our town, if you're going to try to do whatever, we're going to stop. And basically, like, why is that racialized in any way? That's not a racial thing. You know, it's crazy for them just to assume that.
Looting and tense police encounters.
Carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store.
But Aldean fired back at critics.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that he put those two examples in there. Hopefully, he puts many more examples like that in the song. Because when we're done with this reaction, and I know I talk a lot, that you could just change the name of my channel from rockAlot to talk-a-lot. When I'm done with my reaction, I'll try to go look at the lyrics of this song so I can give us a little bit of a backbone into it. But I'm sure they're going to elaborate.
Tweeting, there is not a single lyric in the song that references race.
Booty, exactly. F around and find out kind of song. Exactly. It's not a racialized song. It's not that kind of thing. At least they haven't proven it yet.
Or points to it. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't wait to check this out.
Yeah, it's just insane. Insane. You know, it really exposes the agenda of censorship that I've been whining about I guess. I mean, whining's a good word there. Whinging about that I've been crying about since 2016 on this platform. And yes, I've been quiet about it for a few years because I was censored. I barely got by.
Yeah, I can't wait to check this out. And then them rappers, the hip hop music.
They talk about I mean, exactly.
We done all kind of worse stuff. And
you know why? You know why? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm sorry. But again, I said this yesterday or the day before. If it is not directly even, remember I went like this and I said, here's the right and here's the left, or left and right. And I said that even if you're over here doing a documentary or something else, and the thing that you're talking about goes slightly this way, they'll come in and shut you down. And then ironically, this is what I see when I open this stream up, because I was going to talk about something completely different and I just saw this video recommended to me.
But they coming for my mans. All right, we finna find out, man. Like I said, I'm finna go listen to the song for the first time and hear and see the video for the first time.
I'm gonna pull the lyrics while we listen.
So we here, baby.
Critics have also taken issue with the building shown in the video, the Maury County Courthouse, where a young black man was lynched by a white mob in 1927.
Are you kidding me? Like, how far did you have to like go back in history to find something like that to tie to the song? Really? What's the name of the song again? Try that in a small town.
Says the song is about taking care of your neighbors.
Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
In the past, the singer has taken heat for his views.
He's been anti-vaccine, anti-masking.
I don't typically believe that until I see it with my own eyes. And I'll tell you why here real quick. Because I've seen people's evidence when they claim this about somebody, and yeah, sometimes it will be a person being anti-vac, VAC, maybe that works, or anti-MAS, you know what. And if you go look, it's just literally them giving an opinion about something that happened. Or saying, I don't think they should have to do this. Or that's not somebody advocating or pushing a conspiracy or anything like that if they give their opinion, right? And now if they give their opinion that blah, 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 blah about a conspiracy of it or something, yeah, you could say that then. But my point is, they will take and find the most, like, off the subject, off the wall kind of thing, and you go and you read it and you're like, wait a minute, now hold on, I just read it myself and I don't see them going anti-VAC or anything here in any way, right? And then you find out that what they showed you is the most absolute worst thing they ever said, and they've only had a total of like 4 tweets that even ever said anything. And that, again, would have never been used as an example years ago. They would ask you what your opinion is. They would go to find out what your opinion is. Now, what they'll do is they go straight to short form social media, which could be Twitter or something like that, right? And they find any post that they can from you and then try to say that that is your opinion. Doesn't matter if you were making fun of somebody, joking, being sarcastic. It doesn't matter if you were memeing. And it also doesn't matter if you were just giving an opinion to a trending story, something you thought in your head. Which, by the way, like, I could give you an example. If you were given an opinion, let's say you saw a story about somebody, like we'll go with something here. They were talking about robbing a store, right? And you said, oh man, the gun that guy used is a really nice weapon. And somebody goes in and they're like, oh my God, he's advocating that the guy should have used that gun or something, right? And I know that's a bad example, but that's the kind of point I'm making. On that short form social media, they don't care to actually spend more than 2.6 seconds to try to find out what you really think about something in these situations. They will just find whatever they can find, and if it fits into the narrative or if it fits into the thing they want to say, they'll roll it. Now, again, I'm saying that is in some scenarios. For all I know, Jason Aldean could have done what they're alleging him, and they need to show proof if they're going to allege it. Because I won't believe it if they don't.
Anti-trans and now pro.
Again, I don't believe it until you show it.
Guns, pro.
And what's wrong with being pro-guns? How is that in any way controversial to be pro-guns? How is it in any way bad to be pro-guns? It's like, bro, imagine going back like 1,000 years. Hey, my neighbor, like, he's a bad person. He's pro sword. He's pro axe. He's pro knife, right? You know what I'm saying? I have the sword here because every single home has a sword. Every single home defends themselves with a sword or similar type of weapon. Everyone in the world has one in the 500 before BC or whenever it is. You're so controversial because you're pro defense of things.
Fuck that vaccine though. Them vaccine, you down there take that vaccine and fall down. And
uh-oh, Rick, they're gonna get you. They're gonna cancel you.
I don't know, Jason. He sounds like a real true.
If YouTube's watching, I completely go against everything my brother Rick has said. I'm just playing.
Solomon. Jason sound like a badass.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is just. Can you imagine though the people that are programmed to watch this news broadcast and sit there and go, "Oh my God, he's pro guns. Oh my gosh, he's pro this and he's pro that. Oh my God, that means this song has to be racist."
But
those people don't exist, Uni. Yes, they do. That's the majority of people in our world. In fact, more and more and more people are starting to believe. I'm not joking. I'm actually thinking about doing a video debunking the simulation hypothesis, which is a hypothesis. It's the theory I talked about a couple weeks ago, and of course that was when I was not streaming as much. But I talked about the simulation theory. Some of you know about it, some of you don't. It's very interesting. In particle physics, there are many tests that they've been trying to do to figure out, what happens inside of us at the atom level. And they've found many things that if you really don't understand particle physics that much, you might use that as evidence to say that we live in a simulation. Now, again, I'm not saying you shouldn't use it as a possibility that we live in a simulation. I think it's perfectly fine to use those discoveries in particle physics for a possibility that it's an answer, though it's like the same answer of saying that aliens exist and blah, 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 right? It's just taking something that doesn't show the proof of something, that just leads very loosely to something, because there's obviously way more that we haven't learned, and it's filling in the blanks, right? Anyway, back to what I was saying, back to the video. I don't want to get on. I'm trying to stop myself from ranting too much because I've missed streaming with you guys so much. I rant and I rant and I rant. I'm a ranter. Okay, so the lyrics for Try That in a Small Town, the lyrics of the song by Jason Aldean is the performer that had his video. We just learned right now in the stream that he had his video pulled for the controversy, and here's why. So I'm going to read you the lyrics to his song. I'm going to try to read the lyrics quick because I know I'm going to bore all of you to death. Absolutely pro-guns, and we use them if challenged. We protect our neighbors as well as ourselves. Yes, and there's nothing controversial about that at all. We have a military, and that military is being deployed right now. We have, as a country, supported war after war after war after war. In fact, the same people that will go against you or I having a weapon, having a gun. I call it a weapon because I've been programmed by the army to call it a weapon. But the same people, politicians, others that will say we are bad people for being pro-gun are pro and have supported and are perfectly fine, okay, and great with wars that we have fought, and our military being not only there, but activated for trivial reasons, activated to get oil out of the Middle East, activated to do things in order to make our life easier and to give us our so that we could drive our vehicles more, right? Not a controversial thing to say, because that's true. And I know that by experience that's why we went into those countries. And these same people that'll call you a horrible person for being pro-gun and try to cancel you are the same people, as you know and I know, that support those wars. Lyrics. or this song. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. Carjack an old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town. Okay, I like it. I like it. So here's another verse, and then it's over. I'm only going to read the chorus once, obviously. So, full of good old boys raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try it in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Okay, and then it just repeats. Literally, that's it? No. No. How in the world do you make this about lynching? How in the world do you make this about race? One more time. I'm only going to read the first 8 lines. That's it. Other than the chorus, which the chorus basically is try that in a small town, right? But the lyrics again, sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Got a gun. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one. Here it is. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. I don't see anything wrong with this song or anything racist at all. And I knew that would happen. Because, again, it's insane to think that someone had their song written, recorded, and published by the recording label that they work for, which you have to do that, and it takes months. I know I've recorded in the studio professionally albums myself, and it doesn't just take a day. And then after you record it, many people work on it. You've got many people that do other things, but the person who masters it, the person who levels everything, it'll go through several iterations. Many people listen to it to find the best version. How would a song get past all of those people if it was in any way racist or anything? It's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
Anti-trans. What did he say? Anti-what? Let me go back. Anti-what?
Now, Pro gets
That's what he said.
Playing on radio.
What the hell?
Although it's been pulled from CMT, the video for Try That in a Small Town is now trending online. The song is still playing on radio stations.
What's wrong with that? Why is this even being talked about? Well, you know what? I'm glad it is, because it's going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And I hope it gets really big. Because, again, this is art, it's expression, it's music, and it embodies how everyone feels. It's not something that people, like when you say controversial, you typically are saying that it's something that the majority of people feel like is not their opinion. It's a different opinion than the majority of people, and it's controversial because the majority of people have a big issue with it. That's not the case. It's the opposite. The majority of people feel exactly like this. Why would we want, and I closed the lyrics, but it talked about people being robbed, people being carjacked, people being punched, people being spit on, and a few other things. Why would we want that happening, not just to us, but to anybody? Even the people that are going around stealing from people, we don't want this kind of thing happening to them. This is literally things you don't want to happen to anybody.
Nationwide.
Well, hell, getting that, and guess what? Oh, good fellowman Rick is finna go do. We finna go check that bitch out for the first time.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be playing it in the car so that I can listen to the whole thing after this. Probably will.
Let's get into it.
Here, let me ask y'all. I'll just ask you instead of doing a poll, because there's not that many of you here. Oh, Ben! Is that Ben? Hey! Buddy, good to see you, man. Hey, it's been a minute. I'm glad you came back in after my my little break. I got married, buddy. I don't know if you heard, I got married finally. I mean, I pretty much have been married. I've been living with the same woman for 10 years, but I finally got married. You know, took a break. Finally took a nice break from YouTube, too, on the advice of my lawyer and family and other people. And yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling like the old UNIRock, buddy. Oh, you a beast, Ben. You a beast. Hey, Beastly B. Hernandez, good to see you. I've been bumping it all day. I'm going to bump it right after this. I just learned about it. If you weren't here in the beginning of my stream, I started my stream. I opened YouTube. This video from Rick got recommended to me. By the way, please subscribe to Rick. He's almost to 100,000 and he is just banging it out.
Family, we to go to jail. If we got to go to jail today, we got to go to jail. Y'all know how I am, family. We keep it real. We keep it raw.
Keep it real. Pack the steel.
I've seen a lot of people send this to me, and like I said, I should have checked it out when I had a chance to, when the video first came out. But I've been so heavy in the community, man. So doing a lot of stuff and a lot of amazing kind donations on the channel.
I just got a really good opinion from one of my good buddies. I've got a conspiracy theory. It's a fake outrage organized in order to sell more copies. And you could be right. I'm glad you admit that it could be a conspiracy theory. I don't know. We'd have to do a YouTube. You know what we'll do? We'll do a search after this and we'll see who it is that have made videos against it. Because I think if we look at, if we kind of look at what's happened with it, and the only thing that I think against that theory is that Jason Aldean is being accused of being racist. He's being accused of being anti-trans. He's being accused of being an anti-VAC, you know what I'm saying? An anti-MAS ... K, you know what I'm saying? So being accused of these things is a cancellation measure. So if they're going to hit him with all that, I almost think it wouldn't be a conspiracy. They wouldn't be trying to help him sell copies. Now, the thing is, of course, this controversy is going to literally just blow this song wide open because the entire public is still there. There may be a lot of people that hold these theories or hold these opinions about that are changed from how it used to be 10 or 15 years ago around us and on our internet and out there. And you know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to elaborate, but you know what I'm talking about. A bunch of differing opinions on things that seem like big radical changes, right? But the thing is, there's a lot of other people that still just believe what they believe and still respect and love and care about everybody and want everyone to prosper and succeed, no matter if they're gay, no matter if they're trans, no matter what color they are. No hate whatsoever, nothing but loving their neighbors. So you know what I'm talking about? And the thing is, that group of people is absolutely sick and tired of seeing these corporations and government entities telling us what to think, telling us how to live, telling us how to be, right? Because these corporations, now I'm going to repeat myself because I said it at the beginning of the stream, so I apologize, but corporations do not care about you, whether you live or die, whether you're tortured or whether you're happy. They don't care. They only care about saying whatever, lying to your face. It literally is lying to your face to get your money. And I've exposed a lot of this before, and I'll give you recent examples. If you look during Pride Month, you'll notice a bunch of these companies will change their flag. They'll change their icon to have the rainbow flag or a pride symbol or a pride flag. And then I shared on my Twitter where I went to each of these companies that when I would see a company that had changed their logo, I would look and see if they changed it in other countries, like Saudi Arabia, like other countries in the Middle East. And lo and behold, none of them had. Right? Now, some of you will say that that's not an indicator of anything. I completely and vehemently disagree. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. Because if you truly believe in human rights and that that's the way to be, and you think that your social media page in that country, having you express your thoughts and what you think there in that country, is if you change your social media there, oh God, if I change it there, I'm not going to sell as many cars. I'm not going to sell as much candy. I'm not going to have as many people come into my store. So I can't change it here. That literally means that you are just lying. You're just where you're showing it, it's to try and get bonus points. Or it's not something you believe. It's a trend. And every corporation out there that tries to tell you that they want you to think a certain thing, or they want you to act a certain way, or yada, 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 yada. If that was true, then they wouldn't take your money. If that was true, what they would do, if that was true, then what they would do is, and when you came in to buy from them, they wouldn't take your money. Give me 1 minute here. Well, okay. I had told you guys I was waiting on a phone call from one of my kids, and then I'd have to jump off here. But Ben Mac, so good to see it. Doc! Did you have fun, Doc? Did you have a good time? Because I literally mean it. I have been hoping and hoping and hoping you also, like I have, and everybody. I mean this to every one of my peeps, of course, but this is my first time seeing Doc. But I hope you had a great time. I hope you had I hope all of us have a refreshing time. I hope all of us have the best summers of our lives, because it's been the best summer of my life. It really has. This summer's been the best summer of my entire life. Okay, guys, I have to handle family stuff, so I'm going to be out of here for a little bit. I got a few things I want to tell you, but I don't have time. So what I'll do is keep an eye out, ring the bell, or whatever you can do to come back in here next time I stream, because I'm going to try to stream in the morning. I'm not going to promise I'm going to, but I'm going to try. So anyway, if you want to support me, like, subscribe, share here and my main channel, UNIRock 2. And if you want to support me even more than that, I've got a membership button down below. And of course, when I'm live, I've got super chats, but you can anytime support me at paypal.me/UNIRock or $UNIRock on Cash App. And of course, joining the channel, you can do that anytime too. Make sure you check the About section, because one of my friends wrote a novel and has had massive success to the point that his company has offered me an affiliate link, and if you buy his novel through my affiliate link, it will send me money, so you can support my show directly and get yourself a very popular, trending, great novel that's come out. And if you like video games and you like the games that are out right now, you'll really like that novel. And if you like fantasy, and if you like good stories, and if you like cool things, you'll really like the novel. And no, I'm not just saying that because I have an affiliate link. I mean it because I was sharing the prequel to this novel back in the beginning for no benefit to myself whatsoever, just to be nice. And I read it and I loved it. So either way, I'll be back soon. And until I get back, I will be prepping. Oh, you did? Awesome, Doc. No, I did too. I went and chopped down trees. One of my family members put me to work for no pay. I'm just playing. Anyway, though, I think everybody's been having a great summer, a great break, and a great time. I think this winter is going to be our best winter ever. All of us. I think we're going to have an excellent winter. And you know what I think, too? I think I'm going to be making the best content I ever made this winter, because every winter we hunker down, we buckle down, because we're inside. Where I'm at, it gets really, really, really cold and nasty during the winter. So we have to hunker down and buckle down, and I get a lot of content out. And now that I've kind of gotten back to, you know, my life normalized, that tragedy I had a few years ago is back to normal now. And on top of getting married and getting everything together, I think that this winter I will finally be able to call the content that I'm making, you know, my old content. I think I'll be doing the kind of commentary content that I did a long time ago. Either way, the topic tonight was just to remind you so that you don't forget on your way out, Jason Aldean, Try It in a Small Town, has had a controversy. And listen, my opinion off the cuff has just been my honest opinion. If I find out more information and I find out it is racist, or I find out that it is something hateful, I will come back and I will blow it up. And I will cancel Jason Aldean myself, okay? Though, I will be giving my opinion on this topic, and I hope you go listen to this song, because next time we come on live, I'd like to know what you think about the song when you listen to it. Please tell me if you think it had any kind of undertone that Jason Aldean is lying about, because that's what the media is accusing him of, and you'll get an update on this story when I'm live next time. Also, we've got an update to the Carly Russell story. Keep an eye out. Oh, and by the way, there's a major update to all that drama that happened, but you ain't going to hear it here. Ain't gonna hear it here.